experience of Jane Eyre and Antoinette. These are my personal information. These are a table of content. So first of all, introduction. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Novel published in 1847. A building. Groman about the life of the orphan protagonist Jane Eyre, who become a governess and falls in love with her employer, Mr. Rochester. Reflects the Victorian society with themes of a class, gender, and morality. Biography was by Saragossa by Jane Rice. Novel published in 1966, a prequel to Jane Eyre. It explored the backstory of Bertha Mason, the mad woman in the attic, from Baroton's novel and her life in Caribbean address colonialism, racial tension, and identity, particularly focusing on the post-colonial context of Jamaica. Historical and cultural context. Jane Eyre is set in the earlier 19th century, reflecting the Victorian era social norms, gender roles, and moral values. While Saragossa takes a place in the mid 19th century and delves into the complexity of the post-slavery and the post-colonial Jamaica, shedding light on the racial and cultural dynamic. In the Jane Eyre novels, this story is written in earlier 19th century, reflecting our Victorian cultural society cultural role, gender inequality, and the white Saragossa taken a mid 19th century. It deals with racism, class and dynamic in the time. Antoinette and Bertha's a comparative character study, evolution of perception. The study highlights the evolution in a reader's perception of Bertha's Mason over time. Instinctually see as an obstacles in a Jane Eyre. Her character gained more attention and understanding when viewed throughout the feminist lens and the conjunction with wild surrogacy. In a evolution of a perspective, the study highlights the Bertha's character. Their character was a very understanding understanding of a female legacy. Rochester deception. The study suggests that Rochester's characterization of Bertha as a monster may have been a means to conviction his own unchecked action and manipulate the Jane into marrying him. This highlights the power dynamic and injustice at the play in Jane Eyre. In the novel Jane Eyre, Rochester characterized Bertha's character just like a monster, and monster. He was a tell Antoinette. So he get married Antoinette and tell the Bertha was a mad. So that's why I'm very upset I'm very upset of my marriage. Feminist perspective. It emphasized the importance of using a feminist perspective to revolution Bertha's role in a Jane Eyre. Promoting the closer examination of her action and emotion in a feminist perspective. In the feminist perspective, we can say Bertha's character was a very deep down in the low character. In this character, male dominate is we can clearly see the birth clearly see colonialism and post-colonialism. While surrogacy, colonial oppression. The novel portrays the oppressive colonial society in Jamaica, where when white Creole settlers like Antoinette are marginalized and excluded from the British rules class. Cultural clash. It highlights the cultural clash between a European colonization and native Caribbean population, reflecting the complexity of racial and cultural identity. In the we can see the white surrogacy novel. We can see the cultural clash in a European and Caribbean population, post-colonial agents. Uh, the story deals into the post-colonial agents of the display Antoinette, who grapples with her identity and the effect of the colonialism on her life. Jane Eyre, explanations. While not the central theme, not the central theme, the novel touch on the explanation, the mysteryment of Bertha's Mason, a character from the Caribbeans by Mr. The Rochester, symbolize the colonial era's the treatment on non-Europeans. Imprecise the shadow, it indirectly alludes to British empire's influence and the wealth generated from colonial territories, which funds to Mr. Rochester lifestyle. Female agency and operation. While surrogacy see by the Jane Ryan, female agency in while surrogacy, the character Antoinette in a complex portrayal of woman struggling to assert her agency. She is a white woman in 19th century Jamaica, dealing with the issue of racial identity and social isolation. In the white surrogacy, female we can see a female agency. Agency Antonin we can see a Bertha if she was faced so many struggle in her in their life and struggle in their life, and she faced so many psychological problem. Operation, the novel explores the various form of operation. Antony is operated both by her stepbrother Richard Mason and her husband Mr. Rochester. She is also victim of the